congratulations, everybody. Starting with you, Nick. An excellent race from you today. Now you've completed all of the podium spots so far this season, and what I will call part 2 of the Kiwi takeover. How did it play out?
Yeah, thank you very much. Quite an exciting race again. Really enjoying this year, the racing that we're having. The pace goes up and down. You got to be quite switched on. Communication with the team's got to be good, and my team are really spot on with that. They gave me all the numbers I needed. I knew my plan more or less pre-race, but this is probably the first time that we've been able to make that happen. You always have an idea of how you want it to go, and not often that happens, and today it did, so very thankful.
It wasn't as chaotic as yesterday, but still a great race. Lots of changes of the lead, of course, but you held on to the lead longer than most others were able to. What can you put that down to? Because it sort of goes against what we've seen for the last few races.
Yeah, I don't really know. For a stage, I was saying on the radio, hey, I don't want to lead, I'm going to struggle here. They were like, yeah, get out. But these guys didn't want to pass me, so I kind of stayed there for a bit, I guess. Got lucky with that. I think Jake helped me out.
Allowed you to dictate the race a little bit. A big change to the standings now. It's much, much closer. Now there's only 4 points between Pascal and yourself. You're 4 off the lead. You've shown with your consistency, championship winning consistency. Has that been the ambition since the start? And if not, is it now?
I think we all try to, but you see how chaotic these races are, and whether you win or finish 9th, there's not much in it, and 1 or 2 bad calls either way can change that outcome. So yeah, we've been lucky. We've had a good run, but that can end tomorrow, or that can end in Monaco. I'm very aware of that. I've just got to keep trying my best to do every race as we can. But so far, it's been a dream run. Yeah.
Thanks very much. Moving on to Jake Dennis. Congratulations, you're back here in the press conference. Great energy management today. You kept out of trouble. And after the last few months you've had, I can appreciate why. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, difficult race for sure. I felt after all the instances I've had over the past couple of months, I really got sort of bullied at the first sort of 60% of the race. Turn 9 was a disaster for me. Everyone was just dive bombing me, and it was either turn in as if they weren't there or move out of their way. So I just kept going backwards. I ended up back in P10, and then there just became a point where I just couldn't keep accepting that. So it was sort of elbows out and then sort of take the risk is what I would normally do. But nevertheless, we were smart with the attack mode. We pushed when we needed to. It was quite costly in certain stages of the race, but we were still good on energy. And then I think, honestly, Nick made everyone's life a lot easier when he hit the front with 12 laps to go. The pace was decent enough to not cause this big effect of fast, slow for the guys behind. And full credit to Nick. I don't think any of us really had the efficiency to do what he did. That's why we didn't pass him. And then, with the last 8 laps to go, the targets were just too high. The lift points were too small to go for the move. It was just, too high risk, especially in my situation where we've had 4 or 5 DNFs in a row now. So back on the podium, great morale for the team and myself, and we can build on this now going back into Monaco, where I'm sure it'll be a bit more of a normal race and not so energy limited, I would suspect.
Just to go back to those closing moments of the race, you were up on energy. You were given the go-ahead by the team to make the move, but you said it was too risky. Talk us through the decision there.
Yeah, it's just high risk. We weren't far off qualifying laps in the end. We were doing 106.8, so it's only 1 second off with a track which was, still a bit damp, and the tyres were hot. So really, we were almost pushing flat out, and to overtaking these cars when you're in that situation is virtually impossible. You just won't stop. I accepted the P2. We were around about 6 laps to go. I was obviously there to capitalise on any mistakes from Nick, but at the level we race at now, mistakes are rare, and obviously Nick drove a brilliant race and got the win. So ultimately, I'm just happy to see the checker flag. I haven't seen one since January. So it was a bit of a relief, to be honest.
I was just going to bring that up. That must feel like a huge relief, and not just for the team, but for you as well after the struggle you've had in the last few races. How much is this going to help you now mentally pushing on in this season?
Yeah, I think just for the whole morale of the team, it was quite like a deep, dark place yesterday after, the crash of Antonio. I could see the team quite down, and it wasn't a great place. So I needed this for my team. We needed it for the championship, not only for myself, but the team championship. And yeah, it was great to see everyone so happy. At the end, it felt like a win for us, to be honest, after all the sort of bad luck we've had. So yeah, we can celebrate tonight and see how the rookies get on tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Jean-Eric Vergne, another very well-driven race from you, well-calculated, good moves, good defending, all the things that are kind of textbook with you when it comes to Formula E. Third podium of the season. How was it?
Sorry, I'm not going to speak much. My throat is in bad shape. I'm very, very happy with the podium result. I think the race could have ended up in any other way quite easily, looking at how difficult it is in the pack. So every time I would go down to fifth or sixth, I knew I needed to come back and attack to stay in the top three, top four, to kind of stay away of troubles. Well done to Nick. I think I find it amazing how he could stay in leading. Not having a deficiency in terms of energy compared to Jake that was behind. I was certain that Jake was going to win that race. And I'm amazed. I mean, those guys, they are really, really strong. And if we want a chance at winning the championship, we need to wake up and we need to improve because they're in a different league at the moment. So, well done to their team because they so far doing a very, very good job, and we need to improve.
Just to touch upon the varying conditions that we saw today, we had a very, very wet qualifying, then a big change in the weather almost took it back to how it was yesterday. How were the conditions? Did it race the same as yesterday?
I don't know. Yesterday I was a bit more in the pack. I got hit a bit more often. I got spun. So I think it was probably cleaner today, but once again, I can say if you ask the guys that were in my position yesterday, they're probably going to tell you that it was a mess again. So I don't know. I'm glad I wasn't too much in the back.
Just one quick question you can save your voice for this one if you want, Jeff. We'll go to Nick and Jake. We go on to Monaco next, another circuit we've raced on before many times, but not in Gen 3. Can we expect the usual Formula E Monaco spectacle with Gen 3, Nick?
I have no idea. I think it'd be less so than here, but I haven't seen any Monaco data or numbers yet. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. I think historically it's much harder to pass, so qualifying will certainly be important. I still think qualifying was important here. I mean, obviously, we didn't really qualify well today, but you just put yourself in so much more danger and under more pressure. So I still think that qualifying is important, and it will be in Monaco again.
What do you think, Jake? Gut instinct?
I think it's going to be a spectacle like it has been in the previous years. Probably nothing to this extreme. But yeah, I think Monaco has been really good for Formula E over the past couple of years. The races have been really exciting when it's sort of the layout doesn't really allow too much overtaking, but we've managed to do a good job. And honestly, I think this year, as long as we get the energy reduction, correct from the FIA and it will allow us to energy save, then I think we'll see good overtaking. I don't think you'll see triple figures like we've seen this weekend, but nevertheless, I think it's going to be a great race. But I think Nick is right. Qualifying will be crucial just to get away from the danger zone.
Anything you'd like to add, Jeff? On Monaco, I mean, you've had multiple categories of experience there. Yeah. Do you think it will race the same?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I mean, more like, again here, like the leader is not going to want to lead the race again. You've got a long straight line. I think it's going to be more or less the same.